Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years of experience of working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs.
How can you be so arrogant and so conceited as to think you can just walk in and start running a hotel?
From outrageous owners...
Well, I think Jane's completely deluded.
If I could have your attention, everybody!
...to dodgy decor...
Oh, man we mark. Need I say more?
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
I'm sure some people who stay here would rather that they weren't there.
Or her quest for perfection.
You are polishing a turd, Jonathan.
This week, it's a grime scene investigation.
Oh, I honestly feel sick. This is madness.
I think she could have used the shower. It wasn't that filthy that you were going to catch something from getting in it.
I honestly feel as if I'm being persecuted by pubes. This is your hotel.
It's my hotel.
This is your name.
I know, it's my hotel and it's my business and it is going down the pan.
I think that the Crown Inn might be where I fail.
The Crown Inn has been at the heart of the town of Lewes in Sussex since the 17th century. But now, after more than 350 years of good old-fashioned board and lodging, time is running out for the 8-bedroom guest house. 2 years ago, local woman Karen Lloyd gave up her job as a carer and sank her life savings into buying the historic hotel and bar.
Good morning, down in Lewes. I just had visions of having this, wonderful place where people were happy to come to, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Karen and her inn have received a string of scathing internet reviews that criticise the incompetent staff.
I'm not very good with deposits. I lose checks.
And the slovenly appearance of the management. They demand that the Crown should be shut down.
You get what's known in the trade as professional moaner. They just wait until they go away and then they write it on the internet, which I think, you've got anything better to do with your life.
Karen employs 2 barmen.
That's 1:30, please, mate. So in charge of this.
And Sally, who's been the hotel's housekeeper for the past 21 years.
We had Akka built once. He stayed here. I am going back years, though.
That leaves Karen to cook the meals, run the reception, take the bookings and wait on her guests. But according to reviews, her customer service skills leave a lot to be desired.
One gentleman rang up and said his brother-in-law had died and he wasn't going to come down. And I said, well, I'm really sorry. If you'd like to send down a copy of the death certificate, I will refund your money. OK then, sir.
It's not just Karen's so-called professional complainers who are unhappy. Last year, the tourism agency Visit England stripped the less than regal crown of a precious star.
Good afternoon.
Mrs. Pickwick.
Now, with just 2 stars to its name, the hotel's occupancy rate has crashed to 20%, and Karen is facing a loss of more than £32,000.
If it continues the way it is, I just can't see me trading this time next year.
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run some of the most exclusive establishments in the world. Can she prevent the 17th century Crown Inn from being consigned to the history books?
Here we are in Lewes, which is a lovely little town in Sussex, and this is the Crown Inn, which appears to me to be rather a blot on the landscape. There's peeling paint and a broken window and very smeared, dirty glass.
The Crown has 8 guest rooms, 6 en suite, a breakfast and function room, and a traditional English-style bar.
Well, there's a disgusting smell in here. And the first thing I notice is a tray of what looks like filthy condiment bottles next to the TV. Between that and the fact that the door was so dirty that if I wasn't here for business, I honestly think that I would just turn around and walk straight out again.
In the hotel business, first impressions count. Wearing hoodie and jeans, Karen is waiting in reception for Alex to arrive.
Karen?
Oh, good morning.
Hi, Alex Polizzi.
Hello, hi, it's nice to meet you.
So, why have you invited me to come here?
Why? Because in April this year we had the quality assessment team come in to do my star rating, and unfortunately they reduced my stars down to 2 from 3.
And what have they said to you? What were the reasons they gave for downgrading you?
They didn't really give me any reasons. I have got a report, but to tell the truth, I haven't really studied it. I can't actually see why they did reduce my stars.
To get to the bottom of the hotel's dreadful reputation, Alex will stay the night. She's booked into room 5, the jewel in Karen's crown.
Thank you. Great. So, this is one of your family rooms, I
Right,
take
it's
it.
our only family room. And what I would really like to do with this room is make it into like a bridal suite.
Lovely. Why don't you give me a second to get settled in, and then I'll
Okay,
come
then.
and find you downstairs.
All right then.
Thank
okay.
you. I can think of few more depressing things than the idea of spending my bridal night here. It looks pretty ramshackle and rackety. Step away from the bed. Oh my God. Do you suppose that there's a sign here saying do not have any vigorous sex? Or any sex at all?
And if any honeymooners actually survived their wedding night, what would cavorting couples make of the Crown's star bathroom?
Okay, well, has it even been cleaned since the last person stayed here? Oh, God. I honestly feel as if I'm being persecuted by pubes. There are so many in that shower tray. Oh, it's disgusting.
But worse awaits the hotel inspector as she probes deeper into this hotel of horrors.
Oh. Yuck, yucky. Ugh. Whoever it is here just obviously doesn't give a flying fuck.
The Crown Inn in Lewes has been a beacon for travellers to Sussex since the 17th century. But when Karen Lloyd gave up her job as a carer and invested everything in it, things started to go very wrong. The hotel has been battered with damning guest internet reviews and has been downgraded from 3 stars to 2.
These computer sites are dangerous. You know, if people got a complaint, they should come and see me, not start writing dodgy things up on computers.
With losses escalating, Karen has turned to expert hotelier Alex Polizzi for help. But so far, she's discovering the Crown isn't so much regal as rotten.
Okay, well, this isn't great. There's no bedside light, which is one of the reasons she'll have lost her 3-star rating. It is 70 quid a night, seeing as it's an en-suite, which seems pretty steep to me. Huge cobweb. It's all dirty, it's all very down market, and it is so depressing. I would just hate to have to sleep in this room.
With its basic lack of hygiene and missing fixtures and fittings, it's hardly surprising the Crown has lost a much-needed star.
Oh my God.
But as Alex probes deeper into the Crown's corridors, she gets a right royal shock to the system.
mean, why would anyone leave a loo like that? It's just an insult. Oh. I honestly feel sick. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I mean, this is madness. How can Karen let a corridor look like this? I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the worst place I've ever stayed as a hotel inspector. I mean, I know it's just a corridor, but it's symptomatic of all the problems that Karen has here. This is the sign of a disordered mind.
Horrified by the Crown's chaotic corridors and the distinct lack of a royal flush, Alex corners Karen in the breakfast room.
Well, you know, I've got to say something to you, which I hate saying straight off because I know it's going to upset you. I'm shocked at how dirty everything is. You know I'm coming and you know what I'm here for.
Yes.
You know, we're sitting at a table that's really dirty.
Sally, who's my housekeeper, has been here now 22 years. She doesn't see things. Well, Sally's idea of cleanliness is not other people's.
It's very easy to say so-and-so isn't working hard enough or this, that and the other, but ultimately the responsibility is yours. To see what's wrong, to notice it and do something. Something definitely has to change because I can't actually believe you've made a loss 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, how many years can you afford to make a loss?
I can't afford to keep making a loss. The thing is, I can't work any more hours than I'm actually doing.
Well, you're going to have to find an extra half hour to work every day because you've worked this hard and it hasn't been enough to make a difference.
No.
So somehow you have to find something.
The Crown is in crisis. Karen has abdicated all responsibility for the hotel's failings and blamed her staff. As Alex retires to her room, the magnitude of the task ahead is beginning to sink in.
There seems to be this complete dichotomy between what Karen says, her willingness to be open to criticism, and then the reality on the ground, which is just completely bonkers. I can't believe the chaos that I have found at every turn. You know, how can you let somewhere like this, which has a grand old tradition, get into such a disgusting state? The combination of a very run-down building and a completely clueless proprietress may mean that I've bitten off more than I can chew. I think that the Crown Inn at Lewes might be where I fail.
Another day, another hoodie. Karen's feeling upbeat.
You're not feeling as nervous as yesterday. Not at all. Yesterday was horrendous.
Upstairs, Alex isn't feeling quite so positive.
I have never seen such a filthy kettle, tray. I mean, there's no way I can make a cup of tea here. There's even hairs on this tray, for goodness sake. Ugh, yuck, yucky. Ugh.
But down in the bar, Alex spots a glimmer of hope. The lunchtime trade is brisk, and the punters seem relatively happy.
This bar has enormous potential, and I think that this is where we need to concentrate our attack. I think because people love a pub. They love a traditional pub. There's good money in alcohol, and if we made it work a little bit better, she could build up a bit of a pot and use it to start renovating.
Before Alex can tackle the bar, she needs Karen to clean up her act and behave like a proprietor, or her short reign over the Crown will end in disaster.
You tell me whether you would want to make a cup of tea from something that looks like that.
No, I wouldn't.
You know, it's absolutely... I mean, look, there's hairs and stuff here. It's absolutely disgusting. And I have to say the same thing about your bathroom. I didn't have a shower this morning.
No.
Because I just couldn't face it. I mean, look around the edge there, Karen. I mean, that isn't just not cleaning for one day. You know, time and time again, everything that's written about you is about the cleanliness. You have people staying in this room, correct?
Yes.
Please have a look in here.
That is actually a staff bathroom. It's not anything to do with the public.
OK, but you think that it's normal that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 loo rolls?
That is nothing to do with the letting.
I know, but it's just you've got someone living in that room. Imagine if they open that door.
I know, it's disgusting. In fact, I've never even looked in there.
Karen, what about this?
It's disgusting.
This is bedlam, Karen. You know, I am sorry, you've got rubbish, you've got a skipping rope, you've got empty boxes, you've got plastic bottles.
This is where Sally works. This is her area.
I think this is one of possibly the worst places I've ever stayed, Karen, and I'm sorry to say this to you.
Despite all the evidence, Karen's excuses keep coming. In the chaos of the laundry room, Alex tries to break through Karen's culture of blame.
What here is clean and what is dirty?
That is clean. That is what Sally has washed probably today, and that is clean.
I cannot blame her, I blame you for keeping her on, because if this is really her fault, how can you let it be like this, Karen?
In the end, this area, I just turn a blind eye to it.
I know, but if this area, which should be the area where things come out clean, is dirty, how can any of the rooms be clean? You can see that someone thinks, well, God, whoever it is here just obviously doesn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, and I do care.
Every room I went into yesterday, there was the same thing. It is not like this is an isolated incident. This is not normal.
This isn't me. This isn't how I live.
Yes, it is, though, because this is your hotel.
It's my hotel.
This is your name. This is your place. I wouldn't for a moment accept this happening in any establishment of mine, and I can't understand how you do. So I would suggest to you that what you do is you make sure the rooms are properly cleaned, and we focus on making it really neat and tidy, making that bar an incredibly welcome place to be, trying to generate you some money, you know, some seed money, so that you can actually spend it on the rooms, because unless you've got... Those rooms are going to soak up thousands.
I know they are.
This is not a quick fix.
A lot has got to be done in here. And it's going to start tomorrow morning.
OK.
Alex leaves Karen with instructions to thoroughly clean the hotel from top to bottom. Only then can she begin to tackle the damaging internet reviews and try to restore the Crown Inn to its former 3-star glory. Just a few days later, Karen is trying to polish the Crown Inn.
Alex said it needs good clean. It's filthy, was her words. It's disgusting. Because I live with it all the time. I just couldn't see just how dirty it was. This is disgusting, isn't it? It's like tar. Probably if you drank that, you'd get drunk, wouldn't you?
Despite Alex's instructions, it soon becomes clear that Karen isn't so keen to put her mop where her mouth is.
I think she could have used the shower. It wasn't that filthy that you were going to catch something from getting in it. It was dirty, but water's clean, so...
2 weeks later, Alex is back. If Karen is serious about turning the Crown around, it should be spick and span.
I've returned to Lewis to see if Karen's made good on her promise to restore the shine to the Crown. If she's listened to me this time, I may be able to see past the grime and actually get to the bottom of her problems. So, I want everyone to be dedicated to the idea that cleanliness is next to godliness, and it's got to be one of the building blocks of the future for you. So I bought in a machine that's used to measure the amount of bacteria that there is.
Right, OK.
The dirt detector is regularly used in the hotel industry to check how effective cleaning has been.
Anything over 1,000 is not really acceptable.
Right, OK.
OK, so it's just over 2,000. OK, can I do the bath?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you. It's just over 1,000. You worried about the rooms?
I am worried about the rooms, yes.
So far, so grubby. How will the guest rooms fare?
Oh, Jesus.
That is a bedside table, and that's almost 4,000. Are you a bit nervous?
I could see the dirt on it. Good God.
OK, this isn't good.
No, that is dirty.
That is dirty.
Next up, one of the Crown's thrones.
Oh, my God.
12,000. Now, that really is disgusting. That's not been cleaned in a long time, it would suggest.
The evidence is damning. Karen claims to be horrified, but she's not taking the problems as seriously as Alex would hope.
Yeah, right at this moment, I feel fine. And I found that machine that Alex had really quite interesting. With the bedroom cabinet, I mean, if you were going to sit and eat your food off that, then I would have to do something very drastic. But you don't go around spraying your best furniture with anti-bac, do you? Is it just take all the varnish off?
The frustrating thing about Karen is that she's not nearly as shocked by these results as she should be. But I tell you what, time and time again, people say that this place is filthy. And they're right. It's going to be critical to Karen's future to get some positive reviews in to counteract the pages and pages of bad reviews that are already there. The kind of slovenly attitude to how this hotel is run shocks me so deeply to my core. In lots of ways, I just wish I could wash my hands of it.
So, has the hotel inspector finally met her match? Or will Karen do the right thing and stop the Crown drowning in a sea of filth?
You have to start thinking like a manager.
After more than 3 centuries of successful trading, the historic Crown Inn in Lewes is fading fast. After a second annus horribilis in charge, Karen Lloyd's 17th century coaching inn has been relegated from 3 stars to 2. It's being slammed by guests online for its unprofessional staff.
I think people that write reviews on internets have got a very sad life anyway.
And condemned for being very, very dirty.
I honestly feel sick.
Hotel inspector Alex Polizzi is valiantly trying to return some glister to the tarnished Crown. But so far, she's run headfirst into a wall of excuses. And Karen's biggest excuse is to blame long-standing housekeeper Sally for the woeful state of the hotel.
Alex.
Hi.
Nice to meet you again.
Lovely to see you. Now, every time I talk to Karen about an issue, she's kind of puts the blame squarely at your door.
Oh, well, she would do, wouldn't she? She's the boss, she's allowed to.
But, well, no, because I've done some swab tests on some of the things in the bathrooms, and they really do need attention, Sally. There's no way around it. Things like loose seats, things like the floors.
It is true, because I've seen it myself in room 5. I went back, checked it, and it was like as you said it was. It was dirty, actually.
You seem to be taking all this very, very calmly, I must say. So you don't mind the criticism?
After 21 years, it just goes over me.
I know. Now, I think that if we want to bring this back up to a 3-star, which I know Karen's desperate to do,
Yes.
the first thing we need to tackle is how clean everything is. So do you think you're up to this, to the changes that really have to be made?
Yes, I am, actually.
You have to do your bit, Sally.
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm counting on
Yeah.
you too. Thank you.
You're welcome, Alex.
I found that chat with Sally very disarming. She's the only person here who hasn't tried to throw the responsibility onto someone else. She admits and accepts that she's not doing a good enough job and she's promised to try harder. So now I've got to tackle Karen because she really needs to take responsibility for what's happening in her hotel.
It's time for Karen to confront a few home truths.
I much prefer how you're dressed today to how you were dressed last time I was here. I don't think a kind of hoodie top or something like that is appropriate wear, even for an inn owner. Looking, for example, at some of the TripAdvisor stuff, I mean, some of the comments, the most recent ones, it says the rooms are filthy, absolutely disgusted, how can they justify £70 for a room in that condition? The bedding stinks like it's been washed but hasn't dried out properly. So you know that these comments are there, and why haven't you done anything about it before now?
I mean, I talk to my staff, and quite honestly, it's like talking to a brick wall.
I don't know what's going on in your mind a lot of the time.
No.
You stay very calm.
I detach myself.
I can see that.
I can't. You can't get emotionally involved.
You are emotionally involved.
I am.
This is your place, this is your money, this is your life, you know. I'm making you face some slightly unpleasant realities.
I know you are.
So, you know, and you are going to have to do the same with Sally.
I know.
So you have to start thinking like a manager.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got to.
What I suggest that we do is get this place deep cleaned. But there's no point us doing that unless you guys do your bit. Okay?
Yep, that's great. I think Alex did strike a chord with me. I am very good at putting my life in little boxes and closing them up and putting them away and never actually dealing with the problem, but I have got to start dealing with the problems. Not moan about them, complain about them, so they've got to be addressed.
With Karen finally beginning to face facts, Alex gathers the staff to explain her plans for the restoration of the Crown Inn.
So, and what's killing this place is its bad reputation. All of you need to start taking responsibility and feeling a sense of ownership. The way I'd like to deal with this is treat it like a pub with rooms. You have people coming in, you do have regulars, and more importantly, it generates cash. Part one, we need to make sure that that frontage is tidied up. Please do something with the window boxes, and I am going to work my magic in here. Part two is those rooms have got to be deep cleaned. And once they're cleaned properly, I will make sure that everything that is mentioned in the report as having diminished from your 3rd star, we put back in so that you can get that star back.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the responsibility is yours because you're the proprietor.
Yeah.
So it all lands on your shoulders. Whether it's directly your job or not, it is your responsibility that everything works well.
Yeah. I just wholeheartedly agree with Alex. I mean, what she said is true. We all need to work together to get this place back and up and running and get rid of some of those terrible reviews that we've got on the internet. I'm going to have to manage my time more effectively.
A newly motivated Karen takes control. Alex has arranged for the tourism agency to re-inspect the hotel in just 4 weeks' time. It'll take commitment from everyone if the Crown Inn is to reclaim its lost star. Alex is sending in the cavalry to tackle the hygiene problem. A deep clean will set the staff off on the right foot. But even the experts are finding it tough going.
It's not often you see them as dirty as this, to be fair. Ledges. Generally, it all needs a damn good clean from top to bottom, left to right, above and underneath.
Alex believes a newly renovated bar will attract more customers and make money that can be reinvested in the guest rooms.
When you walk through the doors, that is your first impressions. And if you see a tatty, scruffy bar, which is supposed to be a hotel bar, it's just going to put you off of going any further.
Out goes the grimy pub carpet and the tired, tatty furniture. Finally, a new centrepiece, a sparkling, reconditioned bar.
Gosh, that is beautiful. I can't believe it. It's my bar.
But more has changed at the Crown than just the fixtures and fittings.
We've closed one chapter and we are now opening another. The past is now gone. This is it now. If it doesn't work, it's close the doors, you're all out of a job, and I've lost everything. So it's got to work.
With a new, assertive Karen comes a new era at the historic hotel and a surprise cabinet reshuffle.
I've got a change in attitude now because I want this place to work. So I have now got to put myself first, and if people aren't doing their job properly, then they've got to be replaced with somebody that will. Gonna have to get hard.
After 21 years as housekeeper, Sally will now take over from Karen in the kitchen. And Karen has appointed herself the Crown's new Queen of Clean.
I like doing the laundry. It's a lot easier. I mean, Sally is in the kitchen and she's doing it very well.
1 sausage, egg and small chips. Thank you.
Thank you. I love it. I did 17 meals on Saturday by myself, all on my own. And I got a tip.
Right.
Now the hotel is clean, Karen must ensure the accommodation comes up to 3-star standard. That means effective bedside lighting in the rooms, matching soft furnishings, fresh white towels, and good facilities.
I don't like these trays, they're too small. They haven't got enough room.
People have to have less. They only get a taste now. I'm quite confident now. I feel really happy about the place where I didn't before. Now with Alex's help, I think, yes, we're going to make it this time.
There's one last piece of the puzzle left. Karen must improve her sloppy customer service if the ancient hotel is to stand a chance of success. Alex has arranged a masterclass in good old-fashioned British hospitality.
Good morning, the Grand Hotel in Eastbourne.
Just a few miles from Lewes is the Grand in Eastbourne. Known as the White Palace, the 5-star hotel is renowned for its scintillating service. Karen is in the hands of Susan, the hotel's fastidious training manager.
People's expectations are not just about the product and about the bed they're sleeping in, about the room they're staying in. Quite often, people's expectations go higher than that. It's about the service that they're receiving.
Yeah.
Vital to making a good impression on your guests is an efficient and friendly reception.
So, Karen, this is our reception. This is Betty.
Good afternoon, welcome to the Grand Hotel. When the guests arrive, we greet them with saying the name to them so they feel like they're special. And after we're going to ask them some details for our profile.
You know, there's lots of sort of background questions going on, so it's not just the formalities of filling out a form.
We're usually in such a hurry to do everything. Like they're checking somebody in and then there's somebody shouting in the bar, or you've got something burning. So it's all hurried.
Yes.
Definitely the checking in, you know, seeing it done a professional way to the way we do it. It's so casual the way we do it. It just doesn't, it's not nice.
Would you like any coffee or tea or toasted tea cake?
Susan also wants Karen to smarten up and dress professionally.
Very smart.
Very uncomfortable.
Oh, that's good.
Good morning. Would you like tea or coffee? Is that what you do? Oh, would you like milk?
Yes, please.
What would you recommend? Oh, I haven't looked.
The tapping thing, that was an intrusion.
After 2 days of 5-star training, Karen is realising how good service can benefit not just her customers.
I'm hoping by meeting the guests' expectations that it will stop all the bad criticism that we get on the internet sites, and that people will start writing more positive things. You know, if we're going to bring the Crown back up to what it used to be, we've got to work hard at it.
Alex is back in Lewes to see if the Crown Inn has improved.
Planters, looking much better. What a difference.
6 months ago, the bar was dingy, grubby and worn out. But now, it feels hearty and welcoming. The broken windows and filthy carpets are gone. It's a bright, sparkling pub, sure to attract valuable new trade.
Karen, this looks
hi, Alex.
so much better.
It does, doesn't it? It looks
I can't
really
believe
lovely.
it. The walls look cleaner. The tables look fantastic. It looks like brand new. I must say, I'm pretty happy with everything.
All the regulars that come in have said
Yeah.
how nice it is now, nice and clean it is.
And you don't have to go far to find a happy customer.
This place looked really tacky. When I walked in here today, it was looking so much better.
Next up, Karen's upgraded bedrooms. Before, they were grimy, mismatched and shabby. Now they're clean, crisp and consistent.
This is a perfectly acceptable room now. What a difference! So now we just need someone to write you a decent review on one of the websites.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I think we're going to go on suffering from your old history.
That's it.
Still to come, how will Karen react when she's forced to come face to face with her fiercest internet critics?
I'll tell you right now, I will never stay another night in this hotel.
And come Tourist Board Inspection Day, will the Crown Inn regain its lost star?
I'll perhaps have to come clean there as well, because I'm actually here to do your inspection.
Good morning, Crown Inn Lewes.
After a tense 4 months, Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi has finally motivated the Crown's owner, Karen Lloyd, to spruce up her shoddy 17th century guest house. Now Alex must try to rebuild its dreadful reputation. Since she took over 2 years ago, Karen's crown has slipped from 3 stars to 2.
I want my 3 stars. I want them back.
Alex has arranged for a re-inspection, but its success or failure is now in the owner's hands. Karen doesn't realise it, but the new guest about to check in is Jason Freezer from tourism agency Visit England, here incognito to assess whether the Crown is now worthy of a 3rd star.
Sorry, I thought you said your name was Freesia, like the flower.
With her guest rooms left unlocked, the assessor has licence to roam.
Nice big bathroom, lovely white fluffy towels there ready for the guests.
A 3rd star would attract more guests, allowing Karen to raise prices and continue to refurbish the old guest rooms. It's crucial for her business to survive.
Interesting dried flowers. I don't think they're ever to be recommended unless you can dust them properly. Some of the positives in the room, if you have a look around, things like there's obviously some new sheets and new towels, but also quite nice to see with the hospitality tray, quite neatly presented. You can see all the bits and pieces there. They're stained, could do with being looked at.
With a clean hotel and a new look bar, Karen is confident she's going up in the hotel world.
If someone walked in today, I feel pretty confident that they would give me my 3 stars back. I can't see any reason why they now would refuse.
A few stray hairs on the toilet seat, which perhaps could have been looked at.
The criteria they asked for has been met, and I would be very, very disappointed if they didn't.
If you have a look on the bottom of this bed, there's obviously a foot missing.
The assessor is spending the night at the hotel before making his final decision. But Alex has another radical plan to help repair the Crown's awful reputation as one of the worst B&Bs in Britain. She wants to tackle those destructive online guest reviews head on.
I have one last small test for you, which is that we've tracked down some of the people who left terrible TripAdvisor reviews.
Have you?
And I would like to bring them back in here and see if we can change their minds.
Right, OK. Where are they?
Just around the corner.
Oh, you haven't?
Alex's plan is a gamble. These guests have posted devastating criticisms online, calling the Crown frightening and filthy. One even wrote he wouldn't let his dog stay there. Can Karen now persuade them to think differently?
Hi, hello, it's nice to see you again.
Karen.
Nice to see you again.
It looks really nice, Karen. I love the panelling. You couldn't even see the panelling the first time.
It's far more welcoming as well. I really felt cheated from our first visit. It was an absolute dive. This would be a place I would never, ever choose to come back to. You could smell the dirt, you know. Now it's a very nice fragrance.
She knows the problems now and she's trying to sort them out, so take the hat off to her, really.
I was walking around in scruffy jeans. Was it hoodies?
Hoodie?
Yeah, you look so much better, Karen. You've got your hair up, makeup on, and you look like you own the establishment now.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'd say, you know, like with the improvements that's happened, it's definitely on the right track.
I'll tell you right now, I will never stay another night in this hotel. It'll be for 2 nights.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Karen and the Crown have won over their biggest critics. But there's one final test for the historic hotel. A man from the tourism agency has finished his review and is ready to check out.
I'll perhaps have to come clean there as well, because I'm actually here from Visit England to do your inspection. So,
Oh, right.
I'll meet you properly now.
Oh, hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. Well, that was a shock.
Alex sits Karen and Jason down to find out if all the hard work has paid off.
You know, when you go through.
Jason, I'm just longing to hear what you've found here and what you think.
As you go through the building, there's areas where you've obviously spent money and time investing and sort of looking after things. And there's areas you still need to do things. It's very much a work in progress. One aspect that you can concentrate on, and I think it's really important to concentrate on, is the housekeeping. Okay. Attention to detail really does need to be given in a lot of areas. Okay.
Upkeep. I'm so glad you mentioned this because, as I've said several times to Karen, you can never rest on your laurels.
No.
It really needs elbow grease. I think.
It does.
And the verdict?
There is still a long way to go, but the potential is here. The rating for the Crown is 3 stars.
Thank you.
Oh, good, darling. I'm really... What a relief.
It has been a relief, and my stomach's been in, butterflies.
You've got tears in your eyes.
I know. I feel so pleased. I'm just so happy. Excuse me.
4 months ago, Karen's Crown was anything but fit for a king. But with Alex's help, her 17th century inn is right back on track for a bright future.
Absolutely thrilled to bits, because I was so near just jacking this all in here. And next year, perhaps it'll be a 4. Well, in our dreams.